And we are back, and here with us in the studio, it is Grandmaster Vishy Anand, former world champion. Now, you had a great game just now against Arjun Erigaisi, and that helped secure the team's draw against Team MGD1. So how are you feeling?
Very satisfied, obviously. This was, in the end, the game turned out to be quite beautiful as well. Yeah, I'm just very, very happy.
Yeah. And on that note, I mean,
you got to squash the kids, haven't you? You got to. I mean, Arjun, look, he's rated 4 in the world, and yeah, I could see your smile as you came in. You know, it's a good feeling, isn't it, to beat the kids?
Definitely. I mean, no denying that. But the thing was, before the game, I kept thinking how he's going to come at me.
Yeah.
Because he does it to everyone.
Yeah.
And I was trying to keep control. And then invariably we passed this point where all pretense of control just drops and you just go with the flow.
Hand-to-hand fighting, yeah.
Exactly. He manages it every time, which is a remarkable
it's incredible.
quality.
Where does he get this style from? Because he really is incredibly aggressive. And as you say, he manages to complicate so often. So was that from a particular coach? It's just him, or what is it?
I mean, I have a bishop, a queen, a rook, and a pawn, and he still plays d5 at me. I mean, it's insulting. So just d5 anyway. And the thing is, I'd been trying to calculate this line. Then I played rook f d8, not quite knowing whether it's good or not. But
maybe we can look at this on the board. But so, okay, you don't know about a particular coach he had that sent him in this style, this direction.
He's always been like this since I got to. I mean, since he came on my radar, he's been like this.
Yeah.
So I think it's.
Well, hopefully we can get this board up here, and then you can take us through the game.
Well, just before we dive into the analysis, where you can see everyone is getting ready, we can also see Malcolm's mates, because we do have the standings here right in front of us. Okay, it was a draw between MGD1 and Freedom. So Team MGD1 and WR Chess Team, they are at the top. And there we do see that Freedom and Germany and Friends are fighting out for 3rd place. Still early days. Still many rounds left. And here are the big pairings. And Team MGD1 face off against big guys, WR Chess Team. Freedom, Vishy Anand's team, plays Germany and France. Good matchup, Vishy?
Yes. I mean, there's so many strong teams in this competition. Every round is so fascinating.
We should also mention that you're resting after your exertions in that last game. You're not actually playing in this round. Otherwise you wouldn't be here.
That's correct. And for a second, I was worried that sitting here might give away my team's thing. But I'm glad it's been published and I haven't blabbed anything. So.
Okay, well, we want to go through Vishy's game in the last round because it really was sensational. So let's get the graphics board up. Is it going to happen? Is there any word
we should
from the back room?
Show the critical moments, because everything got kicked off with this d5, right?
Yeah.
And that was the point where the position exploded into life. And there was this beautiful sequence where Arjun kept threatening checkmate, and then at the end of it, every move it was a threat of checkmate. And then you did the same. You were like, okay, well, I will threaten checkmate, and my threat is even more deadlier than yours. It was just brilliant.
Absolutely.
I'm giving them a hard stare in the production room, by the way. Hello. We'd like to see the graphics board if you don't mind. But the hard stare, we're very near Paddington, and the hard stare sometimes works. No, we want to see the graphics board, guys. Here we go. Yes, we did it. Okay, Vishy, I'm going to zip through very quickly. So Arjun playing white, and you're thinking solid at this moment. Yeah,
so E3, now everybody who wants a fight tends to go for the collar in some way or form. So this was not impossible to predict. Even bishop b2 I captured. I simply wanted to push that bishop away till I thought he'll play a3 and bring it back, but in fact it never went there.
Yeah.
Rook c1. Maybe I needn't have done this. Maybe I could have gone rook c8 without capturing. But okay, lots of details. Knight d7 he thought was questionable. or at least suspect. And I had my doubts after playing it. But okay, here we are. He's played d5.
So you declined it.
I didn't know how to decline it.
I mean, what were you thinking if this is taken?
Well, then a3.
Okay, so the knight goes back.
I think knight a6, and then knight takes d5.
And
I thought bishop takes d5 is a reasonable shot at being equal, but you know, two bishops in a fast time control, you can easily slip up here and there.
So you played rook d8.
I played rook d8. For the moment, I thought I've got things sort of under control.
But now things are starting to
Yes.
to happen on the long diagonal.
I didn't really expect this because my first reaction was, why can't I play ed5? Then I started to see queen d4.
Queen d4. Is there something going on here? I mean,
Yeah,
I guess he's got to play f6, hasn't he?
I have to.
Yeah, you got to play f6.
I can play bishop f8,
And knight f6.
Knight f6.
but then I take and d4. So we'll just show that.
Oh, okay.
No, here that's the point. So I go gf6, and he cannot play queen takes f6 because I blocked the diagonal with
right.
d4.
Okay.
So, but then after bishop f8, if I go c takes d5, my first reaction was, what happens if he plays queen takes d5? If I play queen takes d5, but then I realized there's almost an overload happening here. Is it overloading?
It almost feels like.
Well,
funny.
queen takes d5, I have rook takes d5, so it's true that the overload isn't happening.
It's funny, both queen and bishop lined up like this.
Yeah.
But okay, it's
Anyway,
high tactical.
high
You played
tactical
knight
stuff.
c5.
I played knight c5 because I thought queen d4, I have f6. If bishop g4, I thought I have knight takes b3 and f5, and I'm okay.
Okay, so he took.
He took, and then he went queen g4. And my first reaction was, what did I miss in my calculations? So my line went f5. I can start with queen e7, thinking that after d6 I can play f5 as well. But Arjun told me after queen e7 he was planning bishop d3. So it's good that I went by this move.
Okay, so that was that. Okay, that's another story.
Yeah, he
But-
was going to go this.
Okay, so here and he took.
He took. So now I play queen e7, which is cleverish.
We should just mention that there is something happening on g7.
Yeah.
Okay, so here.
And his problem is his queen is running out of squares. He needs to protect d2 because I'm landing on d2. He can go queen f4, but black is definitely not in trouble. So I get this move rook d2. The question is what happens after rook c2? Because then I have to play rook f8.
So what happens? Can he take and take on d2?
So he takes, I take with the king.
And then what's happening
He
there?
takes and I go queen g5,
Oh.
forking.
So that
Yeah,
would seem
that's
to be
a nice
that.
double attack
Okay,
there.
that's the tic tac. Right. So this is the basic problem with rook c2. So the queen has run out of squares.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So he played bishop d3.
yes, and now I went g6. Well, I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Queen e5. And luckily I have this very nice tactic, rook takes b2, queen b2. Initially, I'd seen this but thought this didn't work. And then I realized it has to work. So I spent a couple of minutes before making this move. So I was at 5, and then I really worked out the whole line before I entered it. Queen g5, g3, and the only detail that I had not seen initially was queen g4.
So we should say these bishops are just sensational, and of course the bishop on c5 plays a crucial role.
Yeah.
In keeping the f-pawn stuck.
And how far deep did you see? Because Queen G4, because here you played very quickly. We saw
Yeah,
Queen F6
because I
here.
knew that it's essentially winning. Queen E2, Bishop F3 is winning, with or without Queen F6 thrown in.
Yeah.
So you'd work this out before basically Bishop D3, G6,
Yes.
round about there.
Round about there. By that time, I had worked it out, and
But actually, he was lower on time than you.
yes, I
Yeah.
was spotting him like 6 minutes,
Yeah.
I think. But then I used up 3 when this chaos
Yeah.
happened. I mean, I went Queen E7, then I froze because I saw Queen F5 and Bishop D3, and suddenly I didn't see the point.
Yeah.
Then I took like 2 minutes to, which was sensible, just to calm down, figure it out. And once I saw Queen G4, then I was happy.
So yeah,
And Queen G4 is just a nice finish, and Rook F8.
Yeah, so let's just show out the closing moves because this bit is very, very nice. But yeah, here we saw on the camera that you were playing very quickly, had calculated it all.
Yeah.
And there we see
E8,
E8,
Queen, and Rook F8.
Rook F8, and then the resignation.
Yeah,
after
Queen E2, and then
E2.
just Bishop F3.
Yeah, good
and this
queen.
worked with the pawn on E6 and the Rook on D8 as well,
Yeah.
so essentially the same thing.
So Queen H3 happening and Mate on G2. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant stuff. And I can tell you, we were concentrating on this game, and the audience here gave you a very nice round of applause when you won that one. So it was it was.
I mean,
really, it
I
was
feel
really
like
nice.
I feel like a one-trick pony because my game with Aronian was essentially these 2 bishops as well. One of my best games with Levon and Vik.
Oh, that
Yeah,
game,
that
the
game.
Slav.
And so the
Yeah,
same 2 bishops. So
It does
I feel like a
matter.
one-trick pony, but I'll take it.
I don't think you're a one-trick pony.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, Vishy, for joining us here in the studio. The games are about to begin, so let's head there. But absolutely fantastic having you here and just seeing that absolutely amazing win. So good luck in your future games, and also good luck to your Team Freedom. Do you think they can have a good chance against Germany and friends?
We just take it round by round and see because it's a competition. Well, we have a good team, but there are others. So
Yeah.
Okay.
just have to play for your points.